Thank you so much for your time. In today's video, we're going to look at one of the key components of the Sprinkler Listening Insights module, and that's topics and themes. What we're going to focus on is what's the difference between a topic versus a theme, how to look for the data that Diageo is already collecting, as well as how to request new topics and themes if that's required. So let's begin. So having a look in terms of what is the difference between a topic versus a theme. So let's start with the topic, the overall element here. So a topic in this conversation, or in this context, I should say, is potentially a brand. So you want to understand all the conversations around Tanqueray or Johnny Walker, whatever it might be. So you would create one or a couple maybe topics depending on geography or however it is that you want to capture that conversation. But basically, let's start with just one topic, gathering all the mentions across social, digital, more traditional channels, everything that's supported by the Sprinkler Listening Insights module. And we want to capture all of the brand mentions for Johnny Walker. So we'll use keyword searches, maybe a logo-based search, depending on what's required, and we will just gather all of the mentions for that particular brand. So that's what effectively the topic will do. It will create the pool of data of which you can then ask questions, right? So we have now all of the mentions of Johnny Walker. If we want to understand that data a little bit further, we then would create themes. And those are effectively the ways that we would ask questions of that quote-unquote topic. So in this example, essentially, themes 1 through 7 here could be a host of things. This could be 7 different venues where we want to see, what is the conversation around Johnny Walker in these particular venues. Or maybe the themes would be events or campaigns, or maybe it would be 7 different types of cocktails. You can actually have as many of these themes as you want, but the key thing to remember here is that the themes are what you use to ask questions of the data, which is what is captured by the topic. So the reason you would like to have this distinction is that you don't know what questions you might have around the Johnny Walker brand 3 months from now. But if you're capturing all of the mentions of Johnny Walker, you have the data there, and then you can add the themes as you go along, versus setting up a topic that said, give me all the conversation around these 3 Johnny Walker campaigns, right? That might change, that might adjust. The most appropriate way to actually do it is to have the overall brand captured as a topic, and then the themes later to ask the questions and to slice and dice that data into different segments. This also gives you the benefit to ask historical questions as well, leveraging the Listening Insights module. So the context or example here would be maybe today you start looking for all of the mentions of this particular brand, and then 6 months from now you have the need to review the data for a specific topic of conversation. We'll call it a venue, and then you want to look at what the conversation was prior, right? So right when the topic was starting to collect, not necessarily 6 months from now. Because you've been collecting all of the brand mentions the entire time, that theme can actually go back in time to the beginning of when that topic started collecting in Listening Insights and pull that data back. So there's multiple use cases here in terms of how you could use the themes, right? You could use them, they're keyword based, you could leverage Boolean, you could leverage filters. A lot of the similar functionality that you have when you're setting your overall topic, you can use to further segment the data and get to exactly what you're looking for, leveraging the theme. So you can look at different elements of maybe customer service or ingredients for cocktails, mentioning the brand, or whatever it might be in your particular context. You can leverage the combination of topics and themes to perform really powerful analysis. So now that we've covered that, the next most common question is, how do we know what topics and themes are already in place? What can we leverage that has already been created and exists in the Diageo environment, as well as then we'll finish off with how we can request new topics and themes to be created for us going forward. So if we navigate here to the Sprinkler environment, once you log in, you'll be given the opportunity here to create the new page and navigate here in this dashboard. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to click on Modern Research, and then you'll want to look at either topics or themes. So here we'll go ahead and start with topics. So this will bring up all of the topics currently being, or at least that have been configured within the Diageo environment. So visually, you can see here which topics are fetching, meaning these are actively gathering the data for that particular topic. And then you'll see the query terms leveraged within each topic. So we certainly don't necessarily want to scroll through all 600 plus topics, but let's say I'm curious to see if all of the mentions that I would expect for Tanqueray are being captured. I could search for that by leveraging the search component and search bar here in the topics screen. And then the topics that have either Tanqueray appearing in the name of the topic or within the keyword list would appear. So if I want to see that we are capturing all of the Tanqueray topics here in this particular, all of the mentions for Tanqueray, I could look at this particular query, mouse over the query section, I get this prompt showing all of the terms, and now I can get a feel for, is this the complete data set that I would expect? So again, this is going to be leveraging some of the Boolean logic that we reviewed in the introductory video. So review that as needed, but basically this will give you a feel for whether or not all of the mentions and this is capturing the data that you expect. So that's a way that you can review if the topic that you would like exists. If it does not, then you can make the request to have that topic included. Next, we'll want to go see what themes are available. So again, we'll create a new page in Sprinkler, we'll navigate to Modern Research, and then we'll go to Themes. So let's say in this example, we wanted to see, all right, here are the themes. I need to do some analysis based on the venues where we're getting the brand mentions. I could actually, again, similarly to how we looked for topics, we can search against all of the themes. So if I just type in venues, I will see all of the themes that are tagged as venues in this example in Sevilla. And then if I want to have a view, I can see all of the themes that would be available. So if this captures everything I need for the analysis I want to perform, great. I can leverage this in all of my dashboards, which we will review in another video, how to create and use. But if not, let's talk about how we can request new topics and themes to be set up. So to request new topics and themes, you can reach out to the Sprinkler team at Diageo, either via this help form that is linked in this help card that you'll receive as part of your onboarding and or training, as well as you've got the ability to just reach out to the Sprinkler admins at Diageo to work on that as well. So if you've got any training needs, need to sign up for any clinics, need to understand whatever it might be, there's a host of training and support available to you. Please just reach out in the best way to get you the information and the functionality required. Thank you so much for your time.